Hello everyone. In the last video, we had seen the steps for absorption of overheads. Now we are up with video number 3, that is redistribution of the service department cost. Now this is a small example which I have taken in which my indirect material, there are 4 departments: P1, P2, canteen and stores. We know that canteen and stores are the service department, whereas P1 and P2 are my production departments. So there is indirect wages for P1, P2, canteen and stores. It is already given. That means this is a cost, this is an overhead which is allocated. Next is rent, a total of rupees 120. Floor space has been given, number of employees and the average inventory of each department is given to us. Now, redistribution of service department cost. Redistribution can be done by 5 major methods. Let us see each method one by one. Before the methods, we need to know what is the cost that we need to shift from the canteen to the stores. With this solution, you will also find out that how do we allocate a portion and how do we follow the steps for absorption. So we have P1, P2, canteen and stores with us. So first step, what is the first step? Estimation and collection of overheads. That is already done and given to us. There are only 2 overheads. One is the indirect wages and the second one is the rent. Step 2, allocation. So first we'll allocate the cost. Since we have just one cost for simplicity purpose, indirect wages, that is 20, 30, 10 and 10. We have directly written it. We do not require any kind of any basis for putting down the cost to each department. After allocation, we have apportionment. Apportionment. What is apportionment? Apportionment is the distribution of cost for which we have to take a suitable basis. So we have rent of 120 which is not distributed. What base can we take? We can take the floor space as the base. So 120 of cost has to be distributed in the ratio of 60:50:5:5. So that is a total of 120. 120 divided by 120, that means rupees 1 per square feet. So 60 square feet means rupees 60. 50 square feet, that means rupees 50. 5 square feet means rupees 5 and stores again 5. So since we have 2 costs, we have allocated and apportioned. So our step 3 is over. What I get is total cost before redistribution. Total cost before redistribution. My step 4 was redistribution of service department cost. Before redistribution, I have got this cost, that is 80, 15 and 15. Again, as I explained in my last video, these 2 departments cannot keep the cost which is there with them because they are not generating any kind of revenue. They will have to shift their cost to the revenue generating departments, that is P1 and P2. This is known as redistribution of service department cost. Now, the first method for redistribution of service department cost is the direct method. Direct method means the service departments will ignore the services provided to each other. For example, what service does canteen provide? Canteen provides food to the workers. Now, if you see the number of employees given, canteen, do you think only P1 and P2 employees are eating there? Isn't the store employees eating there? So shouldn't the cost go to stores also? Every department should get the cost which is the cost burden of this canteen. Why? because this canteen is providing services to P1, P2 as well as the stores. But in the direct method, what we say? We say ignore your services provided to the other service department and directly give your cost to the production department. Therefore, canteen department cost rupees 15 will be divided only in P1 and P2. Now, on what basis should I divide that cost? Since it is a canteen where people are eating food, the best basis to distribute this cost would be the number of employees. So, now comes the redistribution part, where under direct method, I will redistribute the cost of canteen department on the basis of number of employees. Direct method, so only the number of employees of P1 and P2. So it becomes 20 is to 10. So 15, I will write here negative 15 because this cost will go away. 15 in the ratio of 20 is to 10. So that becomes rupees 10 and rupees 5. This department doesn't get anything. Coming back to the stores department. Now what do stores do? Stores keep the inventory with them. So the best basis for distribution of stores would be on the basis of average inventory. Now if you see, average inventory is given for P1, P2 and canteen also. But since we are following the direct method, we will ignore the average inventory of canteen. So stores will divide its cost in the ratio of 300 is to 200. So negative 15 distributed in the ratio of 300 is to 200. That becomes 9 rupees and rupees 6. 15 divided by 500 becomes 0.03 into rupees 15 and into rupees 6. So here we have the cost after redistribution, that would be 80 its own cost plus canteen has given 10 rupees, stores have given 9 rupees. That becomes 99. 80 its own cost, 5 given by canteen and 6 given by stores. So that becomes 91. Stores and canteen are 0 because they have given the cost to P1 and P2. That was the aim. We had to redistribute this cost. We have redistributed and given it to P1 and P2. This is the direct method. Now, coming to the next method, that is my step down method. The second method is step down method. Since I have got everywhere the cost which has to be distributed, it is this. So what I am doing is I am just removing this information for the time being because we have less space on the board. I am removing this and I am writing directly the total cost before redistribution, that is 80, 15 and 15. So I will write here as total cost before redistribution, that is 80, 80, 15 and 15. This was our cost. Now the second method is the step down method. What happens in step down method? Under step down method, we take any one department first, any one service department. Let us say we have taken canteen as the first department. Canteen department will distribute its cost to all the departments who are taking the service. So in our case, canteen will distribute its cost to P1, P2 and stores. The second department which we are taking is the stores department. This is the last department to bifurcate the cost. Last department will give its cost only to P1 and P2, only to the production departments. So what is step down method? Step down method, under step down method, the service department, the last service department will give its cost only to the production department. Let us see how does redistribution under step down method works. Under step down method. Now, under step down method, let us take the canteen first. So, if canteen is my first department, canteen will distribute its cost in what ratio? It will divide in the ratio of 20:10:10. That becomes 20:10:10. It will not take 5 into consideration. Why it will not take 5 into consideration? Because otherwise canteen will get again the canteen's cost, which is not right. It should distribute to the other departments. So that is 20:10:10. My canteen cost 15 rupees will be divided in the ratio of 20:10:10. That is divided by 4 into 2. It will get 7.5. This will get 3.75. This will get 3.75. Here it is negative 15. Coming to stores. Stores is the last service department. The last service department will provide its service only to the production department. So again stores will distribute in the ratio of 300:200. It will not take 100 into consideration. So now stores, how much cost does it have? It has a total cost of 18.75. 18.75 to be distributed in that ratio, it would be 11.25 and 7.5. This again nothing. Why? Because where stores is not giving it to canteen. Here negative 18.75. So what we have is cost after redistribution, that is 80 plus 7.5 plus 11.25, that is 98.75, whereas P2 will get 80 plus 3.75 plus 7.5, that is 91.25. Here 0 and here again 0. So again the service departments will become 0 and their total cost is distributed between P1 and P2 under step down method. This is the second method. Direct method and the step down method are also known as the non-reciprocal method. Why non-reciprocal? Because they ultimately stop. It is not reciprocating. It's not that this department is giving this department is giving, it's not like that. So these are known as non-reciprocal methods. The next method is the simultaneous equation method. Simultaneous equation method. Now under simultaneous equation we will create a simultaneous equation. Now let us say that canteen is X and stores is Y. Is canteen. Canteen has a cost of 15 plus stores is giving its cost on the basis of average inventory. Average inventory is 100 units out of total 3 plus 5 plus 100, 600 units. So stores will give 100 by 600. This is the ratio in which canteen will get the cost of Y. So that, and similarly Y has its own cost of 15 plus canteen will give its cost on the basis of number of employees. So 20 plus 10 plus 10, 40. Out of 40 employees, canteen will give 10 employees ka cost to stores. So 10 by 40 of X, Y will get. So these are the two equations which we have created. So simplifying these equations, it would be 6x is equal to 90 plus y, and this would be 4y is equal to 60 plus x. Substituting the value of x in this equation would be, I am erasing this for the time being. Substituting the value of x in first equation would be 6 into 4y minus 60. I have taken minus 60 here, so x becomes 4y minus 60 is equal to 90 plus y. So that becomes 24y minus 360 is equal to 90 plus y. So that becomes 23y is equal to 90 plus 360, that is equal to 450 23y. So y is equal to 450 divided by 23, that is equal to 450 divided by 23 would be equal to 19.5652. Always take 4 decimals so that your answer is nearest to the accurate. Now, substituting this value in the first equation or in the second equation, 4y is equal to 60 plus x. So x would be equal to 4y minus 60, that is equal to 4 into 19.5652 minus 60. So that will be equal to minus 60 would be equal to 18.2609. 2609. So this is the value of x and y. I write down these values in one corner. X is this much and y is 8. This is y and x is 18.2609. Let us see how these formulas, how these values can be put into the table so that we get the cost after redistribution. So our cost before redistribution was 80, 80, 15 and 15. Now redistribution under simultaneous equation method. Redistribution under simultaneous equation method. Now, under simultaneous equation method, let us take any one department first, that is x. What was the value of x that we calculated? The value of x was 18.2609. On what basis do we calculate or on what basis do we distribute canteen's cost? This is canteen. We distribute it on the basis of number of employees. So the number of employees are 20 is to 10 is to 10. So we distribute the cost of 18.2609 in the ratio of 20 is to 10 is to 10. We get 19.13, 4.5652, negative 18.2609 because the value of x is 18.2609 and again 4.5652. Next is stores, that is y. Y is 19.5652. In what ratio? In the ratio of average inventory. Average inventory given to us was 300 units is to 200 units is to 100 units. The total cost of 19.5652 has to be distributed in this ratio. 19.5652 in that ratio would be 9.78, 10.63, 5 point in the ratio of, yes, so this would be 19.5652 divided by 6 into 3 by 3 to 2. This would be 6.52 and this would be 3.2609. So if you see the cost after redistribution, this would be 98.91. This would be 91.0852. If you see canteen and stores, it automatically balances. This is the magic of simultaneous equation. Now, coming to the fourth method, that is repeated distribution method. Repeated distribution method is very simple. We are not going to find out any equation, nothing. Let us see how do we bifurcate under repeated distribution method. Now, under repeated distribution method. Under repeated distribution, start with any one department and keep distributing. So, first I take canteen. Canteen will be distributed in the ratio of 20:10:10. So, 15 divided by would be 7.5, 3.75, negative 15 and 3.75. Then go to stores. Stores, how much should we distribute? We should distribute 15 plus 3.75, that is 18.75. In what ratio? In the ratio of 300 is to 200 is to 100. So, 18.75 in this ratio would be 9.375, 6.25, 3.125. Again, now again canteen has some balance. Again go to canteen. Canteen. Again distribute its cost in the ratio of 20:10:10. So how much will we distribute? This is already gone. So the balance left is 3.125. 3.125 in this ratio would be 1.5625, 0.78125 and 0.78125. Now you have to see, you have to analyze the materiality of the numbers. If you see, the number we have started with is 15 and we have reached something below 1. So what we do is we give this cost directly to the P1 and P2 and close the matter. You have to see the materiality of the numbers. If the numbers are maybe in thousands, So we will look the number as approximately 100 or 50. So similarly, the last department is stores, which we are going to redistribute. Now give this cost only to P1 and P2 and close it. So negative 0.78125 will be given 0.78125. In this ratio would be 0.46875 and 0.3125. Nothing given here. If you see, the service departments will become 0 and your P1 balance would be 98.90625 and P2 would be 91.09375. This is under simultaneous equation, under repeated distribution method. After redistribution. This is the cost after redistribution under repeated distribution method. The fifth method, trial and error method, is similar to this method. So generally we have four methods into our repeated distribution methods. That is, first is the direct method, in which we ignore the services provided by one service department to the other service department and the cost goes only to the production departments. The second is the step down method. Under step down method, we ignore the services of the last service department to the other service department and we give its cost only to the production department. Third is the simultaneous equation method, under which we create a simultaneous equation and ultimately we see that the cost of the service departments become 0. And the fourth method is the repeated distribution method, under which we keep repeating the distribution from one service department to the other, ultimately till the time we have a negligible figure which we give to P1 or which we give to the production departments and close it. These are the methods under repeated distribution, under redistribution of service department cost. Thank you.